Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on earth with Rodney Newbold and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah.
Hello, dummies, and welcome to episode number 162 of the stupidest sports show on earth. My name, as you all know, is Tim Muscle Hamster Van Stratton. Alongside me is Rodney Newbold. Rodney, how are you, buddy?
We're like a full MLB season now. Day 162. 162. This is the final game of the regular season right here. We're getting ready to go to the playoffs. I'm well tonight. I'm doing well. Although your Yankees won tonight, but I don't let that bother me anymore. I'm 43 years old. I don't let a single Cardinal game bother me anymore. They're done.
There was a time in your youth where I feel like it would have bothered you. It was back in the day where you were live tweeting every single game. Like, I could count on every afternoon or evening seeing your tweets of what you're looking at, Paul, because you're upset that Paul Goldschmidt struck out. And, like, I miss that. I do. Yeah. But I've been happy you've been locked in the last couple days, though. That's been fun.
I mean, I'll still have the Cardinals. I'll still have the Cardinals on. I'll watch them to the bitter end. But, like, at some point, you start thinking, this season's probably over. 4.5 games out of the wild card, probably over. Sold a few guys. I'm pretty pleased with the deadline. I really am. Like, I thought they probably could have got a few other guys off their roster, but, like, I didn't think it made sense to trade Alec Burleson. They didn't. Dustin May, Jojo Romero, nice pieces for Milwaukee, and got some good prospects out of them. And then Lars Nootbaar was a guy I thought would probably go, and he did. It sounds like they got a couple of decent prospects from Arizona. So good job, Chaim Bloom, but still got to get better on the field.
Is that what it is? It's Chaim. I don't know why I thought it was. I've been in my head. It's been Keim. I guess that was way wrong.
I don't know. I've heard both, so Keim probably is right. But
okay, so we don't.
Whatever. No, I mean I've heard both.
Bloom. Mr. Bloom.
Yeah, good job,
Mr. Bloom.
Good job, Mr. Bloom. Although I find it interesting that the busiest at the trade deadline was John Mozeliak, but whatever.
I gotta say, and we're gonna get to our trade deadline winners and losers a little bit later on. Got a few things to cover first, but I'll give you a little teaser. John Mozeliak, huge trade deadline winner.
Yeah,
John Mozeliak, big trade deadline winner there. So we'll talk about that. We do want to remind you that today, August 4th, we are officially 36 days until football, the NFL. We're not at, 2 days. We should say 2 days until any sort of NFL football on the field. That's the Hall of Fame game. But we are being real. We don't really count it as football until the games count. And that's going to be Seahawks Patriots in Seattle on a Wednesday. We're just over 5 weeks away. 5 weeks away from the first game that counts. Are you feeling it? Are you getting like the football bug yet? Yeah. Or are you still like kind of in baseball mode a little bit? Like I'm in that weird in between where I'm like very much like in baseball mode, but I'm kind of also itching to get football here too.
Yeah, I mean, I really think it'll hit Thursday a lot more when we do see a football game on our TV. Like, yes, it's Kenny Pickett against Jacoby Brissett, but like
so much worse, Rodney. So much worse. It's Kenny Pickett against Carson Beck.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see it on TV. I think we'll start getting the itch a little bit more. I honestly start feeling football in August. I feel like August is that time. Like July is still kind of fake football. We get to August and it's kind of getting real. And like I've said every show, like college football is here pretty quick, right? It's a couple weeks away, and that'll be our Saturdays for a while. So I'm ready. 36 days, NFL. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, on to baseball. And first, though, we want to thank our friends over at Gateway Sports. As always, Gateway Sports, really the first people that were like, hey, you know what? I like this show. We're going to support you. So we always want to give a shout out to Gateway Sports and Rodney. You have some heartfelt words that you'd like to share about Gateway Sports.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Gateway Sports. And the picture on the screen is a year ago when we went to Busch Stadium. Ironically, Cardinals, Yankees. In the Bronx this year, we didn't get a chance to meet up in the Bronx. Maybe next time they play in the Bronx in like 4 years or whatever it is. It's every other year now, right? With the new schedule rotation?
It is. Yeah. Every other year. So they'll be back to St. Louis next year.
2028 we can meet up in the Bronx and have a live show there. But anyways, if you love sports at every level, there's only one place you need to be. That's gatewaysports.com. They cover it all. From the preps, college, and the pros. Real coverage, real voices, real passion for the game. From live shows to podcasts, Gateway Sports connects the region like nobody else. Powered by First Form and Recalibrate. Visit gatewaysports.net. Every level, one gateway. So thank you, Gateway Sports, and again, thank you for the picture. And that was a year ago, huh? That was right. It was August 15th. I do remember that. So just less than a year ago.
Was that your actual birthday?
It was. You got me on my 43rd birthday. You got the entire day with me, Tim. How about that?
That's insane. In hindsight, abandoning your family on your actual birthday to go hang out with me in St. Louis.
Nobody
No,
cared.
it was fun, man. I had a great time. It was hot as shit. Like it was so hot there, but it was fun. I had a great time.
Yeah. As I told you last week, Jonah and I went on Monday and Tuesday last week for Cubs Cardinals. Very, very hot. Monday was awful, and then an hour 45 rain delay, so game didn't start till after 8:30. Cardinals got, and as you put on our Twitter account, I spent real American dollars to see the Cardinals get their shit kicked in twice.
2 days in a row. As if Monday wasn't bad enough. You're like, you know what? I really want to just do this again. And then the same thing happened.
Yeah, same thing right away too. Just Jonah and I would turn to each other like, really, again? They're going to do this again?
Can I ask? So Jonah was born. Let's see if I remember this. He was born like 2011, right?
He was, yeah.
Okay, so Jonah really doesn't have any memory of the Cardinals actually being like a truly like great baseball team.
No, unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, that is the case. Like his Albert Pujols, memories and stuff like that was like I told him they were really good.
Yeah, but all he knows is just like fat Pujols, like with the Angels, and then like his 1 year in St. Louis.
Yeah, and old Molina and old Wainwright. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
haven't been real good during his years, but
But obviously, you've indoctrinated him enough to where like he's a diehard fan. Does he hate the Cubs as much as you do? Does he hate them more than you do?
Well, I think the crazy part about teens and their sports watching is like he found out Alec Burleson hit three home runs because of TikTok. Like he gets his news from like TikTok, right? Like doesn't watch a game. Doesn't really care to watch games. What's that?
Did someone make like a sexy Alec Burleson TikTok edit somewhere where they?
I honestly don't know
behind it.
Yeah, I don't know, but he knew this morning, but just doesn't like kids that age don't really have interest in watching games anymore. They just don't. But here we are, and I mean he knew Burleson hit 3 home runs, but Tessa, my youngest, is the one that she was born the day after the Cubs won the World Series. You remember that, right?
I do.
You remember that because I was not on live radio the day after the Cubs won the World Series and took plenty of heat for that one.
Yeah, no, super, super good that we're a local station that carries the Cubs. They won the World Series, and lo and behold, the audience gets a guest host, me.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I skipped out, but anyways, yeah. So here we are.
Did they think that you skipped out? Did they think that you ditched work?
I got plenty of messages back that when I came back those next couple of days. Oh, couldn't stand the Cubs win the World Series, and I'm sure some were kidding once they found out I actually had the third child. But anyways, that's where we are. How did we get on this topic? I have no idea. Yeah, no idea.
All right. I mean, it was kind of like I wanted to lead off. You mentioned earlier the Yankees and the Cardinals. They are playing a 3-game series in the Bronx. Last year was fun. It was a 3-game sweep from my New York Yankees. This series has been a little bit different, and yesterday was a weird one. A game that the Cardinals got up 6-0. Really, really just like we're all over Cam Schlittler, who has otherwise been excellent this year. He just didn't have his good stuff at all. Blew the entire 6-run lead, losing 7-6, and then immediately went on to score 7 unanswered to then win the game 13-7, because that's just how baseball works. So the Cardinals definitely with a nice victory on Monday, and then today followed it up with a minor league lineup and 0 runs, because that's Ollie Marmol style. A perplexing lineup, but the Yankees, like, the sad thing is the Yankees really went all out with their lineup to try their best. Like, they had the new acquisitions, Luis Garcia and Elliot Ramos in there, George Lombard Jr., who, by the way, I want to say welcome to the show, Mr. Lombard. What a debut from him. But, like, the Yankees, like, went all out with their lineup, desperate to get runs off Hunter Dobbins, and they mustered 2. But that was enough.
More than
because they won 2-0. More, plenty of runs today with the 2-0 win for the Yankees. So
Lombard's home run didn't even matter. Lombard's home run didn't even matter.
Yeah. By the way, okay, so we need to address something. We need to address why you keep calling Yankee Stadium a Cracker Jack Park, where the Cardinals, not the Yankees, but the Cardinals have been the main recipient of it being quote unquote a Cracker Jack Park this series. And I looked again today, in case you're wondering, both Jazz Chisholm's home run and George Lombard's home run would have been out in 30 out of 30 Major League ballparks. Just going to throw that out there for the record. We're like Burleson yesterday, one of his home runs was out in like 2 out of 30 Major League ballparks.
For one, because it triggers you. Like rage, what the kids say, rage bait. Like, this is rage bait.
It was good rage bait. It was good rage bait.
And just the bevy of home runs last night. It was interesting. It went from a Cracker Jack ballpark when the Yankees scored hit 3 home runs in the 7th to like the best ballpark on the planet when the Cardinals came back with 3 home runs in the 8th. But no, I mean, the short porch in right field is. But that's always been in play. Like, no, I like Yankee Stadium. I mean, I really like visiting Yankee Stadium. I would take Yankee Stadium 100 out of 100 times over Wrigley Field. End of story.
Wrigley Field does have some Cracker Jack like tendencies as well.
Yeah, freaking basket,
I tend to agree with you there.
Yeah. Anyway,
I am going to the new Yankee Stadium officially end of August because I'm going to be out there for a wedding. I will be seeing at least one. I've been told at least one of the 2 Saturday games against the Boston Red Sox at the end of August. It's a doubleheader that day. It's a day-night doubleheder.
Oh, Yankees Red Sox.
Just one game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Red Sox will be on a 28-game winning streak at that point.
Yeah. Red Sox will have a 9-game division lead by then. So,
boys don't lose. Those are boys don't lose.
They don't lose games. They're going to be 26-3 or 27-3 in their last 30. Like, ridiculous. They haven't. I don't know what changed, because it's very much the same roster that was pretty pissed for the first half of the season.
Yeah.
And now they just never lose again. It's like Toronto last year, where Toronto started off really poor, and then sometime in June, like, just something clicked, and they just went on to win 95 games and were crazy hot. And I feel like the Red Sox are doing the same thing, but at a much more extreme level.
I am curious about something off topic, though. I feel like you've had multiple weddings in New York City area before.
Yeah.
No?
You're right. Well, so that's very astute, Rodney. So I have 3 cousins that all live in like northern New Jersey.
Gotcha.
All of whom have gotten married there within the last 5 years.
Okay.
In addition, I've had an aunt there who is their mother, who also got remarried a year ago. So that'll be 4 weddings from the same family in a 5-year span.
Yeah. Okay. All right, yeah.
So chances are. So this wedding that's coming up this month is probably going to be the last one. Fingers crossed, because I like all of their spouses. I don't want any divorces and second marriages. So fingers crossed that this is it. But like that's why you're correct to assume that, because there have been a lot of New Jersey weddings in the last several years for me.
See, and I'm that guy that pays attention to my co-host and what the co-host Like Skeeter doesn't know that. Skeeter wouldn't be able to tell you. Like he would be like, "Oh, you're going. You've been there before." Anyways,
yeah. To be fair, I also had no idea Skeeter was in Norway until I think you mentioned it 2 days ago.
Yeah. And you should. I know you're not a huge Facebook guy, but you should see some of the pictures. Like there's
that's all I've seen as. Yeah, as far as I know, the only pictures that I've seen from Skeeter are pictures of him taking at 10:30 at night of a sky that is still light outside. I'm assuming that his entire trip out there in Norway is him just staring at the sky and getting pictures of it when it's late at night and it's still not dark. Because that's all I've seen. If he's done other things, I have not seen them. I'm assuming he's just sitting outside his room just taking photos of the sky. That's how he's spending his trip, which if that's what he's doing, good on him. That sounds great.
Yeah. Anyways, yes, Skeeter's in Norway.
Yeah, and it's never dark there. So
never.
All right. Let's keep it moving here. So we were both right. Tarek Skubal is a LA Dodger. Had a quality start today. 6 innings, 2 runs, a generational start for a generational baseball team. Last I checked, though, they are losing to the Cubs 2-1. Is that right? Is that still accurate? Do we have an updated score there?
I'll take a look.
Yeah, but Skubal makes his Dodgers debut today at Wrigley. I think I finally figured it out, and I've seen a couple other people mention this, so I'm not going to take full credit. This is my idea, but I think I figured out what's going on with baseball.
Okay,
I do. Okay, so we've been thinking about this all wrong. We're thinking, oh man, all of these teams, they must hate what the Dodgers are doing. I think the 29 other teams that are letting the Dodgers sign anyone they want and trade for anyone they want are absolutely letting this happen on purpose. Because all it's doing is it's strengthening their case for a salary cap. The owners see that this is the closest that they've ever been to having the fans on their side in a CBA dispute.
Yeah.
In every sport, throughout history, fans have always sided with the players. If it's owners versus players, it's always team players.
Right.
But I feel like this particular moment is the first time where we're seeing a lot of fans wanting the salary cap and siding with the owners in that regard. It's kind of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. We don't like the owners, but we also want the salary cap. They want the salary cap. And they're saying, hey, if we get to a point where everyone is so pissed off at the Dodgers because they can sign anyone they want, they're paying Kyle Tucker $60 million a year. He just hit his 10th home run of the season today. He's two behind Rhys Hoskins now and on the home run list. And they could go and they can make a trade for Tarek Skubal because they have the prospects to be able to do it that no one else can match somehow. And they can easily sign him for $400+ million when he's a free agent at the end of the year. They're like, hey, this isn't fair. The Dodgers, they're doing all this, blah, blah, blah. They know that the fans are going to react like that. And it's only going to make the owner's case for a salary cap even stronger. So basically what I'm getting at is what if all of this the last couple of years is just 29 other teams saying, you know what, let the Dodgers do this. Yeah, it's going to suck now, but it's ultimately going to get us to what we want and give us our long-term goal of a salary cap.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible, but if you're another contender this year, you're okay with this? You don't want to make your effort at winning a title. If you're Milwaukee,
but that's the thing. So Milwaukee is probably saying, well, I think we can win, but also like Milwaukee clearly didn't line up very well against the Dodgers last year. And they got swept. Since then, the Dodgers have added Tucker. They've added Edwin Diaz. Now they've added Skubal. The Brewers, they're kind of the same team. Like, Mizorowski's a little better, but, they're kind of the same team, if not, slightly worse because, they traded Freddie Peralta and a couple other guys. So they're like, what will we need to get in order to actually beat the Dodgers in a 7-game series? Probably nothing. There's probably isn't anything. So
yeah,
this might be
honestly
might be it. I don't know.
And we'll talk more about this with our deadline talk next. But I was shocked the Brewers did not get offensive help. They need a bat. They needed a better bat. I think they're 30th in Major League Baseball in home runs. You're gonna have to hit the ball out of the ballpark a little bit probably. But anyway, we can. Yeah, I mean, I guess I agree with you here. I don't know. I feel like not all.
Yeah, and it's maybe not 29 other teams, but I would be hard pressed into thinking that some other teams, especially the ones that realistically don't have a chance, they're like, why bother even competing with the Dodgers now? Just let them sign guys, let them make all these moves because it's only pissing off fans more.
Yeah,
it's pissing fans off. Fans are upset about it, and I would say more fans today than ever before want a salary cap in the sport.
Yeah.
And the way to get that is by having one team that has such an overwhelming advantage over everyone else. So the owners are like, yeah, you know what? This is fun. Come to our side. We'll make that happen.
I could see the Tigers definitely thinking that and be like, no, we want to trade them to the Dodgers because we want to show that this is stupid and we need a salary cap. I could see that. Yeah.
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 Yeah. But, I mean, this was inevitable. We called this months ago. Dodgers.
Yeah. And it's so funny. It's such a weird reaction too, because I've been told that the Dodgers have all of these amazing prospects. They traded 3 of those top prospects. Two of those guys were top 30 prospects in the sport, allegedly. And then the Tigers get the return and it's oh, they got a D. They got graded for a D for their trade package. It's such a terrible package that they got because the prospect. I'm sorry, but any other team that supposedly has 2 legitimate top 30 prospects in the sport, if you get those prospects for a 2-month rental, everyone's like, wow, what an amazing package. But because suddenly they're not Dodgers prospects anymore, now it's oh, the Tigers got garbage. Legitimately, I saw prospect lists that had the prospects that the Dodgers traded move down 20 spots on the list after they were traded because they're just simply not Dodgers prospects anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. You've said this for years. Yeah. You've said it for years.
Who tell me the last Dodgers pitcher that they've drafted and developed and that has become good.
Dustin May.
Walker Buehler for his first couple years in baseball, maybe.
Yeah.
Tony Gonsolin for that one half a few years ago.
Yeah.
Dustin May was supposed to be great. Dustin May's on his 6th team now?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting to think about. They haven't really developed them.
No, they're not doing it. Emmett Sheehan was supposed to be good. They just sent Emmett Sheehan down. He's been terrible this year. He's got a 6 ERA.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you on this one.
I don't know. I'm bitter. I'm bitter. I'm bitter. No, it's 100% sour grapes too on my end. I can't even dispute that. I'm just saying that people should open their eyes a little bit and realize that the sport is at stake because of these.
Yeah, monsters. and it's funny because a decade ago, we were doing this about the Yankees. Oh, the evil empire! They just go get whoever they want. That's not happening anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, Rodney. And this is the last point before we move on to trade deadline talk. I've seen people be like, "Oh, this is what the Yankees were doing 25 years ago, and no one was saying that we needed a salary cap." Not realizing that, if you look at the Yankees roster, So like the Yankees, their dynasty in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was Jeter homegrown, Posada homegrown, Bernie Williams homegrown, Mariano Rivera homegrown. Like it was like homegrown guy after homegrown guy. Like what the Dodgers are doing, it's like if the Yankees had that team, but then they were also signing Ken Griffey Jr. and Sammy Sosa and Pedro Martinez, and they were able to make a trade for Randy Johnson in exchange for a couple mid-level prospects. Like all of these at once, in addition to who the Yankees had. Like it's completely different. It's really like who on the Dodgers right now is homegrown? It's like Andy Pages, Will Smith.
That's about it, yeah.
And that's it. That's all. So no, it's completely different. Completely different. But anyway, I'll move on. I'll get off my soapbox. Trade deadline winners and losers. I mentioned it earlier, Rodney. You kind of let off with it a bit. John Mozeliak has been the Angels' interim GM for a few weeks, and he did the thing that franchise has needed to do for years and years, and that's actually start a rebuild. They have the worst record in baseball. So what do you do when you have the worst record in baseball? You trade people, and you rebuild your farm system. And traded Jose Soriano, got a nice haul there. Traded Joe Adell, traded Logan O'Hoppe, traded Zephyr John, the reliever, to the Cubs. Could have traded even more. Could have traded Reed Detmers, Zach Neto, but John Mozeliak, good on him for having the balls, even though he has only had the job for a few weeks and kind of has it on an interim basis to be like, yeah, this team needs a lot of work, and took the first step there. Mets are in the same category too. Like the Mets, obviously they thought that this year was going to go a lot differently. It was a very bad year, so they're like, okay, let's give the young guys a shot, and they made a bunch of moves. They cleared out some veterans. Freddie Peralta gone, Luke Weaver gone. Probably could have traded even more guys. Like I thought Luis Robert might be a contender to be traded too, but so like the teams that lost the most, I thought won the most for the deadline.
Right. Yeah, I mean it was one of those where the deadline you couldn't get one of those like aging veterans that is going to be because like with the impending strike possibly with the salary cap, like it was hard to get. Like in the old days you would get like a veteran that would be high priced, but you'd only pay a half year or whatever. But now with they don't want those high priced guys heading into a potential labor dispute. So it was an interesting deadline. A lot of trades though. Yeah,
a lot of trades, which I was happy about. Was the biggest one that we got as far as like Monday, the actual like Monday deadline was the biggest one we got Adley Rutschman to Boston.
Yeah, probably, and that was pretty early in the day, really. I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Rutschman.
Like Adley Rutschman, I've seen Boston. I feel like Boston is occupying the weird territory of depending on public opinion, they either were the big winner of the deadline or they were the biggest loser of the deadline. Because while Adley Rutschman's a 3-time All-Star, including an All-Star this year, technically. Yeah, 3-time All-Star. He's just 28 years old. Still under contract for another season. And you're like, great, that's amazing. But his offensive numbers have kind of little by little gone down each year. He's currently on the IL. And Boston gave up like 3 pretty premier prospects in order to get him. And as you mentioned, there's the whole thing of like 2027 potentially like missing out. So you might not get a whole lot of Adley Rutschman like when it's all said and done.
Right.
For this deal. And like I saw some people saying that, I've talked to people in the industry and they said this is the most perplexing deal that they've seen in 30 years. And I don't know if I'd go that far, but like this is like the ultimate sort of boomer bust deal that the Red Sox made with Rutschman, where they're either going to look like geniuses or we're going to say Craig Breslow absolutely blew it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Breslow is absolutely begging Rushman to get back and be a producer in the postseason for them this year, or yeah, it'll be a bust. I mean, what I thought we saw a lot of is I thought we saw more divisional trades than we've seen in the past, like the Boston to Baltimore, the Cardinals to the Brewers. I thought there was quite a few divisional trades, and maybe that's kind of a thing of the past, not trading within your division, but. I thought there was several of them. I know there's others as well, but I thought there was quite a few of them.
No, you're absolutely right, and I think the schedule changes too, where you used to play your division a lot more, and now you play them less because you have a series against every team in the league, like every single and NL team gets to play an AL team 3 games every single season. That's a lot. That's 45 games right there that normally was going against your division or other teams in your league. So, yeah, I kind of miss like when interleague was just like a couple weeks out of the year.
Yeah, it was like a 4-week stretch where you just played like 5 series.
Yeah, because now it's like what's even the point of having American League and National League? Because they play each other all the time. They both have the same rules. Like, what's the?
Yeah, I don't.
What do we get out of it other than just like, that's just the way it's been. It's just nostalgia.
Well, I mean, it's just like the Eastern and Western Conference in the NBA and NHL. Like, just how you.
Yeah, but there's those, but those are separated geographically.
Yeah,
there's no geography with the American League and National League. That's what I'm saying. If you look at them, they're the exact same. They both have East, Central, West. They each play each other. They have the same rules. Like they both have like everything's the same except the names.
Yeah. No. That's a good point. I mean, I miss the traditional interleague too. I mean, it's nice to see a couple teams here and there, but like, I would probably rather play 6 series against the divisional teams than Cardinals A's for 3 games this series. I would rather them play the Reds for another 3-game series, but. We're not going back to that now.
No. Like I remember seeing an old video on YouTube of like Barry Bonds. It was 2002, and it was his first time ever playing in Yankee Stadium. Like the guy had been in the league for like 14 years, and it was his first time playing in Yankee Stadium, like at like 40 years old. Like that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, now he's there every year.
Then sort of the charm of it wears off. Which if you're a fan, you get to see those players more often. Which is nice, so it works for fans. But like, I'm being an old man that yells at a cloud, wishing for yesteryear. Like that's what it is. All right, another winner. Do you think the Chicago Cubs won the trade deadline? They got a whole damn pitching staff this deadline.
Yeah, no, I do think they did a nice job. I mean, any of those 3 could flame out late in the year, but like it's going to be better than they had, right? Their pitching staff was pretty poor. They have to pitch better. That offense has been pretty good. Tonight they haven't scored a ton, but boy, they can score a bunch of runs. So yeah, I do think so, and I think they're making an effort at hunting down the Milwaukee Brewers, and they might just do it. Milwaukee's good, first team to 70 wins tonight, but like Cubs, we've seen them get really, really hot. So those guys throw a couple nice innings here and there. Then yeah, I do think they did a nice job. I mean, obviously, had to give up some prospects, but I think overall they did a nice job. I mean, Milwaukee probably got a little bit better with a 5th starter and a left-handed reliever, but Cubs going to get 3 starters is a big deal.
Yeah, and they are winning now 5-1 against the Dodgers. Yeah. So it does look like they're going to get a win. The Dodgers are going to be losing their 5th game in a row. By the way, congratulations to the Milwaukee Brewers, the first team to reach 70 wins.
Yeah, it's wild.
This MLB season. I was told by a certain co-host of the show that the Brewers' reign was over. They were done. They're inevitable. Like except in the postseason where they just fold like a cheap suit and then we never think about them again.
Well, it'll be interesting. They go up against the Dodgers and have to face Skubal in game 1 of the and Shohei in game 2 of the NLDS. That'll be fun.
Yeah, or like Blake Snell is their 4 starter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, pretty cool. Other winners. I liked the Padres, even though the Padres are sort of just like fighting in the wild card right now. They got Robbie Ray and Casey Mize. Like the Casey Mize deal came in sort of last second. I thought that was good. The Phillies, I'm intrigued by the Phillies. They get Luis Arias, and they basically have now moved half their team around in order to do it. So Arias is going to play second for them. So I think what they're doing is Arias is going to play second. They're going to put Alec Boehm at first. They're going to move Bryson Stott to third. And then Bryce Harper is going back to the outfield, which he hasn't done on a full-time basis in 3 years. So
that'd be interesting.
Yeah, so they're certainly a lineup upgrade to get Luis Arias in there, potentially winning his 4th batting title. But like you're kind of taking a risk there, moving around all those guys, dudes playing out of position. It's the little things that like fans don't really think about. They're like, I'll worry about that later, but like it'll make a difference, especially in a tight division like that.
Yeah, you would think a guy like Don Mattingly would probably figure that out, but maybe not. But but you can't argue the bat in that lineup, and that lineup is very potent. Yeah.
Losers, honestly, I think the Athletics kind of blew it. Like the A's have been really, really bad this year. They're lost 6 in a row now. They're 45-68, and I don't think they made a move.
Like, I don't think so either.
And this was a team that I was like, they're a great team to buy, assuming they were sort of in range in a bad American League West. Like, hey, they can get a couple pitchers, but like obviously things went bad for them. They're out of it completely. And yet they don't have a single player on that roster that's worthy of trade conversation on a 45-68 team where it's like, no, we really feel good about this whole group. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, is Kansas City in that boat too? They didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, what did the Royals do? Like anything?
I'm not sure they did anything. I mean, we talked about they didn't have a ton of guys that could have, but Michael Wacha, like you couldn't send him in a starter.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted Michael Wacha in a trade. I know he's not elite, but like somebody would use him on the back end of the rotation, right? I thought that was interesting. Rockies didn't end up trading their catcher, which I don't know. I guess
which honestly, it's okay. Like I think they could get a lot for him, like in the offseason if they want to do that. I think it's okay to hold on to him right now. They did trade Brenton Doyle, who's a Gold Glove winner, to the White Sox. And I was going to ask you about the White Sox. So I didn't realize until recently that Luis Castillo has a 5 ERA.
Yeah, not great.
So he's really struggled with Seattle. And White Sox, they took on the remaining $30 million on his contract. They gave up a pretty legitimate prospect to be able to get him. They did also add Brenton Doyle. They added Joey Bart, who once upon a time was a pretty highly regarded catching prospect, but he's going to fill in while Kyle Teal's hurt. Like, I guess the White Sox won in the sense of they're first place right now in the division. Good on them for trying to keep themselves in first place and to improve to chase off a Cleveland and Minnesota, who like also actively tried to get players at the deadline. But also, like, were those the best players to go after? I think that's sort of the question that you have to ask.
Yeah, and didn't Cleveland get quite a bit better? They got a few guys, right? Who's chasing them down? Minnesota made a couple moves, so those two teams are right there.
Yeah, Cleveland. Well, I remember Cleveland got Joe Adell. Who else did they get? There was a couple guys that they went out and got, right? I'm kind of blanking right now, but I remember that they were pretty active.
Yeah, I'll see if I can take a look. Oh, Joe Adell.
Oh, Foster Griffin. Griffin.
Yeah,
all-star. And and also Nathaniel Lowe, who's a veteran first baseman too. Yeah, they were. That's a really good deadline for Cleveland. Like that's. You get an all-star pitcher. You get Joe Adell, who's a good power bat in the outfield, and you get Nathaniel Lowe. Like they improve their offense. You add another pitcher who's going to be like in their playoff rotation if they get there. That's a good deadline. They belong in the winners category for sure.
Yeah. I mean, Minnesota didn't do a lot, but they went and got Jeff Hoffman. That'll help their bullpen a little bit. Which Toronto, question mark.
Toronto, yeah. It's like, hey, we're trading Kevin Gossman. We're selling. We're acquiring Jose Soriano. We're buying. Like,
I mean, Soriano's under control next year, so it's not
controllable. Yeah.
I mean, they got rid of an older veteran pitcher and they grabbed a newer one. Arguably, Soriano's probably better at this point in his career than Gossman. They traded Dalton Varsho. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they were kind of in that we're not really wanting to give up, but we probably need to be smart type situation. I mean, because they're not giving up. They're not that far out. Now, they are several games under 500, but they're two, let's see, where are they in the wild card? Toronto is
4 back.
I mean,
4 back.
Yeah, like it's hard to give up at 4 back in August, right? I mean, they're 2 games below Detroit.
Yeah,
and Detroit's given up.
Detroit just traded there. Detroit gave up, but is very much still in the playoff mix.
Baltimore's a game and a half. That's the problem with the 3 wild card. I mean, you really only have 3 teams eliminated in the American League. It's Kansas City, Oakland, and the Angels.
Yeah. Do you think that it says anything to like the fact that there were so many trades? Number one, that there were so many trades, and number two, that it seemed like a lot of the small market teams were the ones that were making deals. Not just like, I'm not talking about like, oh, they're trading to the big market clubs, but like Pittsburgh acquired guys.
Yeah.
Cleveland acquired guys. You know, the White Sox were acquiring guys. Even like Minnesota went out and got guys. Arizona got guys. Like, do you think that that's sort of any indication that like maybe number one, it's like, hey, anyone can make the playoffs in this 3 wild card, we might as well. And 2, they're probably thinking, hey, we don't have to pay these guys next year because there's not going to be a season next year. Like,
yeah. I mean, I think that's part of it.
Do you think that's hanging in their head a little bit too? It's like, oh, it doesn't matter if we acquire, Luis Castillo, who's owed $30 million the remaining of his contract, but they're looking at next year and saying, oh, are we actually going to be paying him $30 million?
Right. Yeah. So you bring up a good point.
Just something to ponder. But any final deadline thoughts before we move to NFL?
No, I think we can move to NFL. I think we covered most of the big ones, and I was entertained by the deadline.
I was too. Yeah, I thought it was good. Well done, baseball. Thank you for giving us a nice deadline. All right, NFL. It is Hall of Fame game week. I don't really have many thoughts on the Panthers and the Cardinals as far as Thursday's game is concerned. We did mention that it is Kenny Pickett against Carson Beck, which once upon a time, both of those guys at some point in college were viewed as like real starting caliber NFL prospects. I don't think that's the case anymore, but football's football, and I'm sure the ratings will be double the last 3 World Series combined, because that's just how we feel about football now. But as far as like latest NFL news, how about Jadeveon Clowney heading back to the Houston Texans on a 1-year deal? As if the Texans, who I think statistically and like eye test would say had the best defense in the NFL last year. Certainly pass rush was incredible. They had Jadeveon Clowney into the mix, and I think the Texans have the potential, like defensively, to be really scary.
Yeah, no, they do. They do have the potential defensively. I think the big question with Houston again is C.J. Stroud, right? Like, what C.J. Stroud are we going to get out of, or what kind of player are we going to get? Yes, they're going to be scary defensively. Clowney's a nice addition.
If C.J. Stroud has like a Bo Nix-esque season or slightly better, is there a reason that the Texans can't be like the 14-win 1 seed that Denver was last year?
I mean, playing in the AFC South.
Like,
They can't.
Like, we know the division's great. Like the defense is great. The division's lousy.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if CJ Stroud's good, that team could be like top of the AFC.
Yeah. No, they definitely could. They definitely could.
No pressure, kid. No pressure, kid.
Yeah, just go be Bo Nix.
Yeah. But that's not a high bar. Like, it would be scary if it's like, hey, CJ Stroud, we need you to be better than Josh Allen. Go be better than Mahomes. That's the only way we could win. No, I like is going into is this going to be his fourth year?
Fourth.
Yeah, his fourth year. Yeah, fourth year. Be like, hey, we've seen you be good before. Just be decent. Like if he's the 13th best quarterback in the NFL this year, the Texans are going to be one of the best teams in the NFL. It'll be like Seattle last year.
Yeah.
Like, Sam Darnold wasn't a top 5 quarterback, but he was good enough.
Yeah.
And the rest of the team was really good. So, like, that's how I'm viewing the Texans. On the other side, Ricky Pearsall's dead. Season-ending knee surgery for the 49ers. It seems like every single day there's like 3 guys on the 49ers that are getting hurt. That substation next to the practice field is an actual legitimate fear now. I think it should be. All right. I guess we can move on here. So like I wanted to real briefly touch on an NFL division where like leading up to the start of the season, we just do a brief preview of an NFL division, and you mindfully said the NFC West. So I guess we can lead into like 49ers right off the bat there. Like, they might be the most difficult team to truly predict because I don't know who is going to be playing for them on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my initial gut instinct is the 49ers are in trouble, right? Like,
yeah.
Yes, they have a talented roster, but you're right. They're banged up. They're in a tough division. I mean, they're okay, LA and Seattle are certainly better than they are, and Arizona thinks maybe they're coming. So I think San Francisco's in trouble. I have not looked at each of their games, necessarily yet, and I'll do that soon. But I think the 49ers are in trouble, and I would not be taking them to the playoffs.
So the 49ers win total right now is at 9.5. They have the the 7th easiest strength of schedule for next season, according to Warren Sharp's football analysis. So definitely schedule-wise, they're getting an advantage there. 9.5 though, like I don't know. Like, the vibes feel weird, and you have the coach who gets in the car accident, and there's a lot of question marks around that. And the vibes aren't very good around the 49ers as a whole, especially because there are 2 legitimate powerhouse teams in that very same division. I think the Rams certainly are much better, and like the Seahawks, like we can't be like, oh, the Seahawks are even, like the Seahawks just won the Super Bowl. Like, we need to give them their flowers here. So like the 49ers are already going into this season kind of looking at a third-place team. Plus, you have all these injuries. Like, you added Mike Evans, but he's older. He's also coming off injuries as well. I just don't know how to grade them at all.
By the way, I did have to mention.
That's not a booklet. It's not a booklet.
And it's not each team week by week. It's just each week.
That's so disappointing. I think bet us they cheaped out.
No book. Yeah, so I'm going to have to get a magazine because we got to set our date for our NFL preview special. But, but I mean, back to the NFC West, like, I mean, where are we at with Arizona? Because, like, we know – so, like, Rams, this would be bad. Like bad. Below – like, okay, so San Francisco takes a big hit, but is Arizona still going to be below them?
Yeah, I think so. Like, so – Jacoby Brissett's the new starting quarterback. Gardner Minshew's his backup. It's honestly not a bad group of skill players. I'm going to tell you some guys on the depth chart, okay? So their running back room is Jeremiah Love, was the, 4th overall pick? 3rd overall pick?
Yeah.
3rd overall pick.
Yeah, 3rd.
Tyler Algier, James Conner is still hanging around, and then Trey Benson. So, not a bad group of running backs. And then receiver, you got Marvin Harrison Jr., you added Kendrick Bourne, you still have Michael Wilson, and then Trey McBride, who, Trey McBride's maybe the best pass-catching tight end in the league. So, It's not a bad group of skill position players at all. But Jacoby Brissett's your starting quarterback, and your defense is pretty bad, and you play in the hardest division in football.
Yeah.
Other than that, and you have a new coach. Other than that, it's all going to go great for them.
Well, let's see. So Arizona is at the Chargers week 1. They're going to lose. Yeah. Arizona host Seattle week 2. They're going to lose.
Probably lost, yeah.
Arizona in week 3 is at San Francisco.
Underdog, certainly underdog.
Arizona week 4 goes to your New York Giants.
I mean, who the hell knows for that one? But
Arizona host Detroit week 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to go all the way through this. It's not going to be an easy one. Rams in week 6. Arizona, Denver in week 7. I have not seen at Dallas in week 8. Are the Arizona Cardinals going to start 0-8?
Let's put it this way, Rodney. Their Vegas win total right now is at 3.5. So it's
at
not
Seattle
impossible.
week 9. Yeah, at Seattle week impossible. 9. Holy smokes. Arizona does not have a favorable schedule. Rams in week 10. I keep going because I'm baffled. Rams in week 10. Let's see. Week 11 at Kansas City. Tim, I don't know if the Arizona Cardinals are going to win a game. Week 12 with Washington. Okay, that's where I'll at least calm down and be okay, they might be able to win a game. But Washington, anyways, that's the Arizona Cardinals. Who wins the division, Rams or Seahawks? You got the Rams, right?
I told you earlier this offseason that I think the Rams at a minimum will be in the conference finals. Like the NFC Championship game, I should say. I would be stunned if the Rams are not one of the final 4 teams left remaining. So I will say the Rams win the division.
Rams win the division. Yeah.
Like the Seahawks are obviously good, but they lost guys. The Rams were a couple plays here and there away from beating the Seahawks, and then added Myles Garrett and Trent McDuffie and potentially Aaron Donald coming out of retirement, with an MVP Matthew Stafford, and just they're absolutely loaded. And I think the Rams are sitting really pretty. Their win total, by the way, so real quick, the Rams win total is 11.5. Seattle's win total is 10.5. So the books do have the Rams as the favorite in that division. And I would tend to agree with you. I think the Rams just from top to bottom have zero weaknesses and a genius coach.
So are we going same? We're going same order. We're going L.A., Seattle, San Francisco, Arizona, right?
Without going through win loss for every team yet, I have not done that yet. But so far, that would be what I have. Yeah, I mean, I would say Matthew Stafford has to get hurt or take an incredible step backwards, while Sam Darnold even moves forward to where he was last year, in order for Seattle to be truly better than the Rams this year.
Yeah. By the way, Thursday's show, we're looking at the AFC West.
Also a very good division.
Yeah, but it gives you time to prepare. 48 hours.
Rodney, what are the odds? Do they have odds right now for future Super Bowl matchups yet?
Ooh, that's a good one. Futures.
Because I would like to consider, or at least propose, the idea of an all LA Super Bowl in LA. Super Bowl's at SoFi, my friends.
Again.
The Rams have already won a Super Bowl at SoFi Stadium. Why not a second one? And why not do it against the team that you share a stadium with in the Chargers? The Chargers got to break through eventually, right? Like at some point they have to finally do something.
I've said that for a long time, but it has not quite happened. I'm looking here.
Oh, I know.
I'm looking here. Looks like here we go. It looks like Ravens Rams have the best odds. 22-1 Ravens Rams. Chargers Rams 1, 2, 3, 4 or fifth 35-1.
Yeah. I mean the Chargers are unfortunately such gutless losers where I probably won't predict that, but I love the idea of it. In LA.
Yeah. Yeah. The Rams are like the highest like the top 6 highest against all the different AFC teams. So the Rams are definitely. Bengals Rams 43-1.
A rematch in SoFi.
Your Bengals.
I at first I was gonna like temper expectations for the Bengals this year because I looked like such a fool last year. Well, hold on, let me finish. And then I started looking at their roster a little bit, and I was like, boy, they really added a lot of good pieces on defense. Like they got Dexter Lawrence, like Joe Burrow's healthy. I'm like, like Baltimore maybe took a step back. Pittsburgh's not all that great. Like maybe this is it for Cincinnati. Like I'm holding on to like anytime Joe Burrow's been healthy, they've been great, except for that one year where he was great and the team was awful.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that when we do our picks, but NFC West. So that's a fun one.
Yeah, good division. Aaron wanted to know: are we overlooking Rodgers McCarthy going to the Super Bowl? We are. Actually, no. Or what? Or are we not overlooking? No, I'm looking right at them and saying no, thank you.
I'm not overlooking it. Just literally staring at it, saying not going to happen.
I'm staring right at it and saying pass.
Nope. No interest. Right. Absolutely no interest whatsoever.
No. All right, let's remember someone. Let's get out of here. We got a couple minutes left on the show, and because I played today's show, and because it was the first guy that came to my mind. Hey, Rodney, remember Hideki Matsui?
Godzilla. Yeah,
Godzilla.
I do remember Hideki Matsui. Switch hitter, right?
Nope, just a lefty.
You sure?
Very much so, yeah. Incredibly sure. More sure about that than anything in my entire life.
Okay, so he hit left through right. Okay, a lot of guys do that. Okay. Over 500 career home runs in the NPB.
Maybe the first, before Shohei Ohtani could even hold a baseball bat, Hideki Matsui was hitting bombs left and right in Japan. Certainly not the first like Japanese power hitter ever. Like Sadaharu Oh was famously like the all-time great Japanese slugger, but like he never came over to America. I think Hideki Matsui was like the first true Japanese slugger to come over to Major League Baseball and like really like actually hit home runs. Like before it was just a bunch of pitchers or like speed guys like Ichiro. But like Matsui came in and first season he did only have a modest 16 homers but 106 RBIs first season. Second year 31 homers, 108 RBIs. Was like an all-star his first couple of years with the Yankees. Yeah. He also played every single game for the Yankees in his first 3 seasons. 163 games, 162 games, and 162 games.
That's impressive.
That's pretty impressive right there. And then, did have a couple like seasons where he missed some time, whatever. But you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who was hotter than Hideki Matsui was in the 2009 playoffs, specifically the 2009 World Series, where he was the World Series MVP.
Yeah.
Where against the Philadelphia Phillies in 6 games, he went 8 for 13 with 3 homers and 8 RBIs. That's a 615 batting average in a World Series.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, so and it stands out in a lineup that featured Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez and Robinson Cano and Mark Teixeira and all these great players, these Hall of Fame caliber players. It was Hideki Matsui who every time he stepped up to plate, the Phillies were like, "Oh shit, there's no way we're going to get this guy out," and they couldn't. And World Series MVP, 2-time All-Star, was my dad's favorite player. Like in like the 2000s, he was my dad's favorite player. Likes him a lot more than Jazz Chisholm. A lot more.
He's just not hip hop, right? Like, yeah.
Hideki Matsui is the opposite of hip hop. Yeah, but loved Matsui. I one of the couple times that I went to the old Yankee Stadium, I remember vividly. It was a game against Kansas City where Matsui homered, and the second after he homered, it's just downpour raining. Like his home run somehow his Godzilla powers like unlocked the rain, and it was just downpour raining, immediate like delay. But so that's my like in-person Matsui memory.
So member of the Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame, 2018 induction. I mean, he did what's so he can't make. Like it's like he's not going to make MLB Hall of Fame, right? Like there's never ever.
No. I don't think he was even remotely close as far as like his stats and his career. And he didn't play all that many years in Major League Baseball because it's not like he came into the league as a 21-year-old. He was a little bit older already.
That's what. Yeah. He only played from 2003 to 2012. So, and I did not remember. So. His last 3 years.
He was 29. He was a 29-year-old rookie.
Yeah. So his last 3 years were with 3 different teams: the Angels, the Athletics, and the Rays.
Yeah, I remember his Angels season because that's who the Angels signed to replace Vladimir Guerrero, like as their DH when he left for Texas. So they brought in Matsui for a year. And then Oakland and then Tampa. But obviously, by that point, he was sort of done as a big leaguer those last couple of years, but. Like good player, consistent with the Yankees and World Series MVP, and I don't know if his number is retired. I mean, the Yankees retire every single number, but I don't quite know if his 55 is retired. I don't
believe so. I saw the numbers today on the Cardinal broadcast. I don't think 55 was. They were asking on the broadcast when we thought the Yankees would have a triple-digit number.
I mean, it's going to come eventually.
Because they were baffled that Luis Garcia couldn't get his number 2.
They were baffled?
No.
They were stunned?
No, they were not baffled. They were like, oh, doesn't look like he's able to get his number 2. No, they were not stunned. But, number 2 is pretty cemented there. I think it was kind of selfish of old Derek Jeter to not give up his number 2. But, I mean, it's Luis Garcia. He's like the top hitter in the National League, right?
He led the National League in slugging percentage before the trade.
Jeter's just being selfish.
I think so, too. And, yes, I did confirm the Yankees retired numbers. The highest number that's retired was Bernie Williams at 51. So there's 52 and on is just ripe for the taking right now. 99 is going to get retired, but after that, ripe for the taking. So
George Lombard gonna get retired. He's hit a home run in every game he's played.
If every game he plays looks like today, first of all, he'll be the all-time home run leader by the time he's 26. Because he's hitting a home run and then turning double plays every single game.
Yeah, but nice job getting to second base on the ground ball.
Okay. Are you blind? How could you possibly say that was his fault? He was going one direction and then immediately tried to turn it to another direction. Anyone else would have slipped.
Be agile, bro. Be agile. Be able to move.
Be agile.
You got to have a little lateral footwork in you, bro.
Let's just put it this way. The slip aside, I hope Anthony Volpe finds a nice home in the Scranton area of Pennsylvania because I don't think he's going to be in New York for a while.
No, they're gonna have to move him somewhere, right?
Well, like if Jazz leaves in free agency, which honestly I kind of think he will because he's going to ask for too much money. Is Anthony Volpe at second base the worst idea in the world? I mean, it'll be much better served defensively at second than as a shortstop. And then he doesn't have to worry about that, and he could just focus on offense. But the problem is his offense sucks too.
Yeah.
But, like, I think, and knowing the Yankees, I think they'll probably want him to transition to second. But if that doesn't work, if that's going poorly, then yeah. And if George obviously takes shortstop and runs with it, then yeah, there's going to be no place for him.
Yeah. Well, until next time, we'll do AFC West on Thursday.
Love it. Let's see. Is Volpe the Marcelo Meyer of the Bronx? You know, it's a good comparison. Like, Volpe played, which Marcelo Meyer didn't. But yeah, like, people forget that Anthony Volpe was like a really highly regarded prospect who also debuted at 21 years old. Who Aaron Boone just last year at one point said he's elite.
Yeah, the one I'm more concerned about is why Jason Dominguez hasn't turned in anything.
Yeah, and that's probably the guy. I think Jason Dominguez's time in New York is going to be over sooner than Anthony Volpe's, because the fact that you could have Cody Bellinger and Aaron Judge missing time, Giancarlo Stanton missed time. You have all of this runway in the outfield, and yet you can't even stay with the big club.
Yeah,
at this point is very concerning. It's extremely concerning. Yeah, and like Grisham's not going to be back at the end of this year, but yet they're like, you know what? No, we've seen enough. Like, we're going to get Ramos, who's under contract for several more years. We still have Bellinger. We still have Judge. Like, Spencer Jones is getting all that playing time now. Yeah, I think Dominguez is far more likely to be done in New York after this year, which is a shame because, like, he was also, like, supposed to be a really, really good prospect, but he's struggled quite a bit.
Yeah. All right. Good show, Tim. Good work on the plan.
Good show. No, thank you, man. Thursday, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. A reminder, a couple things that you could follow us at Stupid Sports Show on Twitter. Really, it's just to like get notifications of when we go live, which is helpful. And you've probably noticed there's a QR code on the screen. Well, if you scan it, you would know that it goes to Rodney's Stupid Sports Show Substack, where every single day he is putting out picks that win. It is a 100% win rate. He is so flush with cash. He's currently the giant room that he's in is his attic, because the rest of the house is just a giant solid gold mansion. Yeah. So yeah, no. So anyway, go scan there and get picks sent to your inbox every single day. It's that easy.
NFL Thursday, we'll be watching it as we're on the show.
Oh, I can't wait. The breakdown, the Hall of Fame game, man. I'm psyched. All right, let's get out of here. Thanks to everyone who listened, who hung out with us tonight. We'll be back Thursday, 9 p.m. Central, for another edition of the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth. See you guys.
See ya.
Step right up, dummies, and listen to the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth with Rodney Newbold and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah.